What's up, you guys? This is Josh Cohn with Cohn Performance Training, coming at you with the movement of the week, something we've already started to implement ourselves here at Cohn Performance Training. It is an offshoot of what you might know as the glute bridge, which is an excellent glute exercise. Any variation of that, single leg, shoulder elevated, foot elevated, whatever you do. It's a great way to strengthen your glutes and to improve your hip extension, which is something we neglect a lot, especially in the gym. And it can enhance pretty much everything you do, especially in life, including taking away some lower back pain, because it provides, your glutes provide more stability to your lower back. So I'll show you guys the movement of the week, and I'll show you some other examples of things you can use if you don't have these tools available. Today, we're going to be using what some refer to as Valslides. We have furniture sliders, cost significantly less, but do the same thing. But I'm going to show you how we do it. It is a form of a glute bridge, but they're called Valslide because of the tools we use. Glute bridge because of the obvious, what the movement is doing. And also Eccentric. The reason we call it Valslide, glute bridge, Eccentric is because we're emphasizing the portion of the movement where your muscles are actually lengthening to build up the glutes and the hamstrings simultaneously as we're extending, as we're keeping the hips extended and then extending the knees at the same time in a decelerated form. So, a couple ways we can do these. First thing you'll do, you'll start out, you'll put that Valslide right, you put your heel right in the center of the Valslide, you put one on each foot, your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. From here, you'll have your head, shoulder blades, tailbone touching the ground, and then from here you drive your heels into the ground, raise the hips up, only using the glutes. Do not, and I repeat, do not try to hyperextend your lower back in order to get your hips in the air. If your hips are down here and your glutes are firing off as hard as they're going to go, don't try to force it, okay? Squeeze the glutes from here. You're slowly going to allow your legs to extend while squeezing your glutes the entire time to stabilize your hips, letting them come down until you reach the floor. Then you bring your feet all the way back to about 4 to 6 inches, or about 6 to 8 inches from your butt. Raise your hips up again and slowly allow it to decelerate as you lengthen your leg or extend your leg. You can also choose to bring it back up under tension while raising your hips. That will just increase the load of the workout, the time under tension, because there's no rest period. If you want, you can also add chains to your waist, or bands if you have a band system, a plate, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, anything, as long as it's one, comfortable on your hips, and two, you can still get full hip extension as you're doing it. But I recommend for most, just start out with forming the glute bridge as you normally would, just on plain floor, and then allowing the Valslides to do their thing and take control of it and make them go slow. Don't allow them just to drop underneath you and go straight out. You won't get much from it. Over time, you'll gain more and more contractibility with your muscle fibers inside your hamstrings, inside your glutes. You'll be able to use them more. You'll be able to strengthen them in a fairly safe way. There's no impact obviously involved with this movement. A couple other things if you do not have Valslides, a couple other things you can do. This is actually the reverse of the movement, but I'm using a basic foam roller. This is a 3 foot by 6 inch diameter foam roller, very basic. But this one is also going to involve the up portion or the concentric portion of this movement. You'll start it at the base of your ankles, laying down with your head and shoulder blades touching the ground. Very slowly you're going to raise so that the foam roller rolls underneath your heels to the bottom of your foot, and then very slowly you'll let it come out until you're fully resting. And again, pulling up, slowly allow it to come out. The most difficult portion is the fact that it is round and it's going to roll underneath your heel or your ankle pretty quickly on the way down, but you can definitely try to control it even more. We've been doing a lot of different glute variations and using the Valslides, in fact, for these things. But this is one definitely that we've started to implement, and I've seen improvements already, not just in glute bridge variations, but in people's strength and mobility and ability to recruit those muscle fibers in other movements such as reverse lunges and hip hinge movements like deadlifts, squats, pretty much anything involving the hips, which is pretty much most movements in the gym that we do. It also improves hip extension after a long day if you are in a seated position of just sitting on your butt all day, okay? So go ahead and give that a shot. Start out at the level 1, if you will, where you push yourself up manually and then allow your body to slide underneath and then reset yourself. Once you build up to that, then you can start going to that concentric portion where you actively pull using your heels towards your butt as you're glute bridging at the same time. So go ahead and start implementing these Valslide, glute bridge, eccentrics in your program, guys. Guarantee you'll have some strong glutes and hammies. If you are lacking on tools or whatever it may be to find to use to strengthen your glutes, okay? It's just another tool that we have that we can use for strong butt. So go ahead, guys, give it a shot. Let me know how it goes, and let me know if you got any questions. JohnChacon.com, stronger every day. Peace.